to fit inside it. So you need to remember availability zones are coming inside the region only. Okay.
Okay.
And I was just simply saying ki we were trying to achieve the high availability, that is 99.99%. That is only possible using the availability zone. That is not possible using the availability set actually. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
going to let you know about the what is the availability set, but as of now we are focusing on the availability zone. If I
Yeah.
read the first line, na, the availability zone is the high availability offering that protect your application and data to in case of data center failure. Okay. So
Yeah.
like I was saying ki availability are nothing but the data center. So if your
Yeah.
entire one data center failure is going to be happen, so definitely suppose there are three availability zones are there as part of your Hyderabad location, and Hyderabad location is at the center. Let me give you the example in terms of the real life. Okay. So
Yeah.
central India you have seen, there is a central India. So that is nothing but the Mumbai location. Okay. In the
Yeah.
Mumbai location is a region. In the region, you having three data centers. Those three data
Okay.
centers nothing but the availability zone. Okay. And I
Availability zone.
think, yeah, so suppose in the Mumbai na also they not kept the availability zone very near to each other. They kept in the different means in Mumbai location also they try to maintain maximum distance between the availability zone in terms of any thing is going to be happen, right? Wrong, anything wrong is going to be happen. So they kept the three availability zones as part of the Mumbai, and those are having very much distance from all three with each other, right? So what is going to be happen if entire one data center will gone? Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, your rest of two regions will, rest of two data centers will be up and running. So that is going to protect your application from loss of your data, right? Got the
Yeah.
visibility of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the unique physical location within a Azure region. So I'm saying Mumbai is your region, okay, which is the central region. But inside the region, you have the data centers, and each data centers is a physical location actually, okay, which is unique, okay, and each zone is made up one of or more data center equipped with independent power, cooling, and networking. So what do you mean by this? Now data centers are there. There are three data centers, but all three data centers are not dependent on each other for power consumption purpose. So suppose I'm seeing my one data center is taking the power from another electricity board, another is taking for different electricity board, and like cooling and like networking. So there is no similarities between the availability zones for any kind of resources. Okay. So in this way, if anything goes wrong with one particular power, then it is not going to affect the rest of two availability zones. Got the
Yeah.
visibility about it? Yeah.
Yes.
Networking also different. Cooling also different, because see, servers are there, computings are there. Definitely, it is going to be hot. I cannot
Yeah.
depend on even they have very vast power backup. Like you have seen, the inverters are there, or
Yeah.
the
Inverters.
generators are there as part of the companies, right? The
Yeah.
same kind
Yeah.
of things they are maintaining. If power failure is going to be happen in the entire particular location for that particular data center, na, then how exactly they are going to maintain? So they having the that much backup to maintain your data center up and running for next 1 week. So that much backup they having with them, that much diesel we can say, or that much generators they having to have the power, to have the networking, to up their servers and up and running in terms of anything goes wrong, right? We seen
Yeah.
in India whenever very high heavy rains are there, definitely electricity getting uh, discontinued, right? So that kind
Yeah.
of thing supposed to not to be. Okay. Now the third thing, the physical separation of availability zone within a region protect application and data from the data center failure. Yeah, that's correct. Like we can see that is going to protect my application from data center failure. Okay. John redundant services replicate your application and data across the availability zone to protect from single point of failure. So what is going to be happen now if your application is in central India? Okay,
Okay.
now what is going to be happen? Your application is will be redundant between all three data centers. Actually, it will be
Okay.
redundant. It will be replicas, or I can say copy of your application will be there. Okay,
Okay.
so or are replicating. Replication you have known about the DB servers, right?
Yes. Yes.
Replicas here, and they are synced together actually. One of the best thing about the availability, John, they are syncing.
Yeah.
Automatic syncing is there. You are not supposed to sync them from your side. It's not
Okay.
your head. but it is much more costly for you. Okay, because if you don't have mission critical applications, no, people's not going for a multiple availability zone. Okay, so if application is simple application, its downtime is acceptable, its delay is acceptable, its SL is very low, then they will go for single availability zone
Single
only.
availability zone. Okay.
But whenever the application is very mission critical, na, so they will go for all three availability zone where all three copies will be there, and across the availability zone, your data will be there. So how many copies are going to be maintained? Minimum three copies are going to be maintained actually. Okay, so zone redundant means availability zone redundant services replicate your application and data across the availability zone to protect from single point of failure. So if single data center failure is going to be happen, na, that is not
Yeah.
going to be bring down your entire application. Okay, that is the
Okay.
one kind of advantage we having in terms of availability zone. I hope
Okay.
you are getting much more visibility now, right? As
Yes.
part
Yes.
of the availability zone.
Yes.
One of the worst thing about the India, we don't have availability zone in India actually. Okay, we have availability
Okay.
zone in US, but we don't have availability zone in India actually. So in
Yeah.
India, only we having availability set. So if I will tell you after some time, you will be able to see as part of slides as well. So not every region has supported for the availability zone. For example, availability zones are in central US. Yes,
Okay.
East US 2, West US 2, West Europe, France, Central, okay, North Europe, Southwest Asia, availability zone. Azure offered the industry best 99.99% virtual machine uptime SLA service level agreement. So
Okay.
wherever the availability zones are there only you can get that much high availability. That is 99.99%,
900.
means maximum 4 minutes of downtime is possible within a month only. Got the
Yeah.
visibility? So one of
Yes.
the bitter truth about the India location don't having the availability
Availability
zone,
zones.
the availability set. Okay,
Yeah.
means what I would like to say in the central India, there is no three data centers. There is only one data center actually. Okay, there is no
Okay.
three data center as part of the India. So people can understand that is also a region. People can understand that is also a availability zone. People can understand that is also availability set, but no. Okay, that is only the availability set within a region only. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to know, like, where is a data center in India? Where exactly?
Actually, they just mentioned the thing. Actually, this information is available as part of the Microsoft website. Let me tell you. Azure data centers. I hope so uh, it's in Mumbai location. Actually, there is a one website of Azure actually. If you see Central India means Pune, South India means Chennai, West India means Mumbai. This is the three
Okay.
things actually. Central India, they are saying Pune, they having the region. Are you able to see data centers and region?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the thing this is the website of Microsoft. They have mentioned all the data centers and their location and availability to customers and partner to whom it's available. Okay, to whom it's not available. So as per here, if you see, uh, even it's showing outside itself. I need to check for the additional information. But if you come outside only, you can easily see Central India means Pune having the data center actually. Okay. South India means Chennai having the data center. West India means Mumbai having the data center. So those
Okay.
are the three data centers available, or I can say the location where your regions are available. Got the
Yeah.
visibility?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, yeah. In Mumbai also you cannot say see you can say to me like lucky Mumbai and Pune are very near to each other, right? How
Mm.
exactly they are in the region. So actually Pune maybe they have in the end of the Pune or maybe in the end of the Mumbai. They just try to maintain some distance between the availability zone, how much is possible, right? That they
Yeah.
have from their side. So those are the locations. Now I hope so you have the visibility about it, right? And to
Yeah.
whom it's accessible, like so for the partners, for the customers. Some of in India there is no government kind of problem. Okay, there is no government specific regions. In US only we have government specific regions
Yeah.
that you get to know. Okay, let's
Yeah.
proceed. So now from this particular diagram, you are able to understand that geography is nothing but the Asia Pacific. Regional pair means I can say the Central India and the South India. like Central India is Pune, South India is Chennai, having the three data centers which are the availability zone and which are communicating with each other in terms of failure. Okay. Now inside the availability zone also, like there are replicas of the server. So inside the availability zone, your availability set is coming into the picture. Okay, that I'm
Yeah.
going to explain you after some time. But let me, this completed as of now. Availability zone is completed.
Yeah.
Now, we are trying to understand the fault domain. Okay, the fault domain 1, fault domain 2, and fault domain 3. If you see
Mm.
here, there rack is written here, rack. DB
Okay.
servers, VMware servers, right? DB servers and wave servers, which are virtual machines only. So if you see, those are three different copies of the data is available. Okay. So if those three copies are available within a single data centers, to maintain the high availability. So inside the data also you having rack, nothing but the inside the availability zone, you having the racks only. Okay.
Okay.
So we are trying inside the data center also we are trying to maintain the three copies. So I'm just telling you this is the availability zone. If this is the
Okay.
availability zone, then inside the availability zone itself we are maintaining three different rack which having the copy of your data itself. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
single availability zone is maintaining three copy of your data. That is the thing. And they are even each and every rack can have the network and power. So network and power is different in terms of the regions, in terms of the availability zone. But within a availability zone, you have a three racks. In those three racks, you can have the your servers. So replicas are going to be maintained for the high availability. Okay. So
Okay.
even in the availability zone also, you are if one particular rack will totally goes down, then definitely your another two racks are available, which is going to help you out to do the thing. So even in the availability zone also, entire availability is not going to down, right? Your entire data center failure is not going to be happen. Particular rack failure is going to be happen. In that case, those two servers are going to help you out. Okay.
Correct.
Now proceed here. So what is I'm trying to say from the fault domain 1 and fault domain 2. If you see the fault domain means I am talking about one rack. This is another rack. Okay.
Okay.
And here also you can see like we are using some terminology which is availability set. And there is also availability set. So just you can see like you have the VM1, VM2. Okay. So this is nothing but we are not trying to make the same rack usability for your application. So we are
Okay.
trying to make one virtual machine will be in one rack, another virtual machine will be another rack. We are not
Another.
trying to make them in within a same rack only. Okay.
Same. Right. Okay.
Even even the concept of not maintaining the machine within a same rack, which comes under the availability set. So what is
Yeah.
going to be happen if suppose I kept this virtual machine in the very first location of your rack. Now suppose one rack having 20 disk, you can understand, or 20 servers in one rack. We can have
Yeah.
20 servers. Okay. So if I kept your application in the very first server of your the rack, na, then second application I'm not going to keep in a same rack actually. So I'm going to keep in the different rack or even the different sequence also. So maybe I kept the first I kept your application in the first rack of the first rack, but the second means the application copy in the second rack I kept in the 10th location, not in the first location. Okay, location also I'm changing. That kind of spreadability you are able to observe as part of availability set. Okay, so that can
Yeah.
be considered as part of our requirement. If you see here 6.1, so how exactly we are doing the things, you will remember it here. So
Okay.
key
Means
point.
this racks means that same rack na rack servers, blade servers are there, right? So like that you
Rex,
are saying.
yeah,
So
within availability
okay.
zone,
So
have the Rex servers.
yeah. So you are saying in availability zone. Suppose in India you are saying in Pune location. Okay.
Uh,
So in
hmm.
Pune location we are having this rack. Correct.
Right,
So
right,
in
right.
this rack there is VM and
Hmm.
UD. UD
Uh,
means it's what do you mean by UD?
UD, I need to check actually. They just, I think user data possibly.
User
UD.
data. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
User data and VMs, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we are maintaining the virtual machines, right? In that particular.
Yeah, right, right, right.
So this is the server or like only virtual machine we are
No, no,
maintaining?
no, no. So, see, now we are talking about the physical server, right? Physical
Uh,
server we are talking about.
yeah,
So
yeah,
this is
physical.
the
Correct.
rack. This is the rack. In one rack, they can rack having the capacity of adding 20 servers.
Okay.
20 servers in one go. Okay.
One go.
So
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is the very first location of your application, which is kept in the very first server of the rack. Okay. So like what I can do, I can have the your application in another rack also. The same kind of copy I'm going to maintain. Okay. So that kind of thing you are going to observe.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. This is the physical kind of thing I'm talking about. As of
Okay.
now,
Physical.
we're talking about all the logical thing, but how
Yeah.
actually things are working physically, that I'm talking to you right now about it. Yeah.
Okay. Means physically means this infrastructure as a service, right?
Right. Physically means how exactly Microsoft is configured the things in their data centers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is infrastructure as a service, but that is Microsoft overhead. It's not our overhead, but just give you the visibility about what do you mean by availability, John? What do you mean by availability set, or how exactly things are working, just for understanding purpose. Actually, even you will not understand in a proper way, there will be no problem at all. But you need to just understand one thing:
Yeah.
availability zone is going to provide you one of the maximum high availability, but availability set is not going to provide you the maximum high availability. Okay, that is only the concept is there. No problem at all. You are not going to you are not supposed to struggle for how exactly Microsoft can maintain their infrastructure. Okay, just they would like to tell you in India there is no availability zone. In India, only availability sets are there. As part of availability set, there is only one data center. As part of single data center, you having the racks, and they are just simply maintaining their servers as part of the racks only. So in terms of data center failure, nobody can help you in India. Okay,
Okay.
that you are going to understand after some time. Let me give you the visibility about the availability set, then you will get much more visibility about it. I know it's a bit confusing, what
Yeah.
is the availability set, but I just given you the clear cut visibility. Like data center is nothing but the availability zone. Okay,
Yeah.
data center
Yeah.
nothing but the availability zone.
Availability
In
zone.
the availability zone, you will have the thousands of rack. As part of thousands of rack, single rack can have the capacity of the 20 servers in a one go, right? So
Okay.
like whenever I'm talking about key, I having the availability set means I would like to say I having one data center and one data center also. I'm trying to have your application in different racks. So if entire rack will fail due to some hardware failure, then other rack having the same copy of your application, which is going to help you out to make your application up and running. But this is not going to help you out in terms of data center failure because India there is no three data center. There's only one data center here. Okay,
Yeah.
three data center means your availability zone. One data center is your availability set. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So you need to create the virtual machine in the same resource group as a availability set. So we are going to see resource grouping means we are going to group the resources, right? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
saying this particular EC2 or virtual machine belong from this resource group. Okay, so you're going to see the grouping of the resource comes under the resource group only. Okay, I'm saying like you comes under the employee of some X company. Okay, I comes
Okay.
under the employee of some another X company. So we are the person who are divided in a group wise, okay, and we having different clients, or we can say different companies which are working. So that you are going to see actually, okay. So you are going to deploy your application. Once I will show you the practical, you will understand what I would like to say. Okay, I'm going to show you the things. Only one
Okay.
virtual machine can only be in a one availability set. That is for sure. So you are going to keep only one virtual machine for one availability set. So yeah, that also you will understand much more better way once I will create the virtual machine in front of you. Okay. So no
Okay.
problem. And virtual machines can be assigned availability set only during the creation of it. Yeah, so you cannot change later point of time your virtual machine. Okay. So whatever thing you have chosen the availability set or availability genre, that is that need to be chosen as part of the creation time, and that cannot be changed. So hardware is fixed. So you can understand the same thing. Like you have installed the laptop only, right? So you cannot
Okay.
change the OS from one laptop to another laptop because already you have installed the OS as part of your laptop. How exactly you can transfer the OS, right? Or you can
Yeah.
transfer. So the same kind of thing is doing OS nothing but the virtual machine. Okay.
Yes.
So how exactly it is going to be transferred? It is not going to be transferred. You need to again install another hardware. You cannot
Yeah.
transfer your OS from one hardware to another hardware. That is the problem here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the SLA? So SLA nothing but the service level agreement. If you focus here, uh, whenever I'm talking about single virtual machine, okay, single only virtual machine. So you are
Yeah.
going to have the least, what to say, least SLA, which is 99.999%. Triple nine is there, not 49. 99.9% means it's a 90 only. So that kind of thing you are going to have the very less SLA for it. Okay. And whenever you're maintaining the replicas of your application, okay, so within a availability zone. So see, if you see this diagram, na, if I
Yeah.
having only one rack and I having only one virtual machine, na, then one of the least, what to say, the SLA I'm going to get, which is 99.90. Okay, triple
Mm.
nine.
Okay.
That's a single virtual machine. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to replicas of my virtual machine. Or yeah, so whenever even its availability set also, but I'm replicas. I'm maintaining the replica of my virtual machine. So now it's giving you much more because in terms of rack failure, definitely this is going to help me out, right? So
Yeah.
this is going to give you much more availability, which is 99.9995%. So you are going to get, right? And it is saying it protected against the failure within a data center. This is going
Yeah.
to help out in terms of availability side. So within a data center, not the across the data center. I mean, look, inside the data center, racks are there within a data center. Okay, got the
Yeah.
visibility to get
Yes.
confusion. And here it's clear cut saying an availability zone from the entire data center failure. So entire data center failure that is going to help you out in terms of availability zone. So you have three different data centers. If entire one data center will fail, then we have rest of two data centers which are up and running and which is going to give you the 99.99% SLA. So
Yeah.
Microsoft will clear cut said to peoples who would like to have the maximum SLA, better to have the what to say, availability zone configured for their location. Okay,
Location.
so in this way they will get the maximum SLA. Now one more thing, how exactly disaster recovery is going to be help you. Okay, how exactly you can do the disaster recovery. So you can have the regional peer kind of stuff. Okay? So
Okay.
I can say like you can have regional peer, so multi-region disaster recovery. So the same thing I told you, like if something goes wrong in Pune, or something. Actually, most of time things are going wrong in Chennai location only. All the tsunamis and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
Tsunamis,
kind of
everything.
nonsense
Yeah.
happening in Chennai location. So it's a disaster recovery is going to be happen using the regional pair kind of stuff. Okay, one region pair with another region. So
Yeah.
regional protects within the data residency boundaries. So data residency boundaries means you cannot have your another data center outside of the India. You are supposed to have a data center inside the India. So Chennai, Pune is the best example, and we are doing some because we don't have the availability zone, right? So that's why
Yeah.
we are trying to do the regional pairing. So in this way, what is going to happen? You are going to have the disaster recovery, okay, in terms of failure. So that is the thing. If you read here, for the virtual machine that have two or more instances deployed in the same availability set, means two or more instances deployed in a same availability set means we have two different racks and two different racks having the same application, right? So which is going to give you maximum connectivity, which is 99.95%, which I was talking about here, right? This is the same
Yeah.
thing. You are maintaining the two copy of your virtual machine within two different racks. And if you're going to maintain only one copy, that is the less SLA, which is 99.90. So it's all up to you how much mission critical application you having, right? You have to
Yeah.
pay whatever you would like to be using
Yeah.
purpose. Yeah. And
Correct.
single instance virtual machine using the premium storage all disk, Azure guaranteed to have the virtual machine connectivity at least 99.90. So it's talking about single instance. Single instance, this is the single instance. In the single instance also, you are supposed to use the premium disk actually. What is the
Okay.
premium disk? Premium storage, like you having the hard disk, you having the SSD, and you having the premium SSD. There are three category of storage are there: hard
Okay.
disk, SSD,
Mm.
and premium SSD.
Yes.
Even the
Yeah.
production is not supposed to, and even the Azure is not allowing you to deploy your EC2 instance, or what to say, deploy your virtual machine in the normal hard disk. It's not allowing. So for the production, you're supposed to have the premium SSD only. You cannot have the normal SSD, or you cannot have the normal hard disk. Got the visibility for the production servers. For the
Okay.
development development or for the testing purpose, you can have the normal hard disk or SSD, but for the production, you are supposed to have only premium SSD. So this premium SSD is comes under the premium storage. If you are going to see, they are recommending, they are not stopping you. They are
Yeah.
recommending you. If you are listening their recommendation, then only you are going to get the 99.9090. Zero is not written there, means it's zero only. Okay. So in terms of that situation, only single instance with premium storage, only in that case only you are going to get 99.90. Otherwise, this is also going to be dropped if you are going to use the normal SSD or you are going to use the normal hard disk SSD. You are going to get to, once we will try to get the virtual machine, you will get 100% visibility what exactly I'm doing, how exactly I'm trying to get the virtual machine. You will get much more visibility about it. As of now, I hope so. You got all the visibility related to the SLA, right? The single instance with the premium storage. Okay, here also we are all talking about the premium storage only because once you will go ahead, you will understand in the production deployment or production servers, they are not allowing you for the normal storage. They are allowing you for premium storage only. Okay.
Okay.
Let's proceed. Now, if you see here, availability set having two fault domains. Fault domains nothing but the racks are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Racks are there. So the availability set means within a data center only, right? So this is the one data center. In data center, suppose we have thousands of racks. So this is one rack. This is another rack. The rack is nothing but the fault domain. So fault domain one, fault domain two. This is another availability set, and fault domain one and fault domain two. This is in another data center. Okay, this is another data center. Now, what is happening? This kind of combination of the one data center or another data center kind of thing you can understand as part of availability zone. Okay, so availability is what means availability zone is kind of data center. You can understand, right? Yeah. So you need to be very clear about it. No need to be get in a doubt. Okay, availability zone means data center. Availability set means in you are doing the configuration within a racks. Okay, that is the availability set. Okay. Okay, and now if you see the availability zones are there, so it's talking about the availability set comes under the availability zone. Availability zones comes under the region, and regions comes under the geography location. Nothing more than that. Okay. Inside the geography location, you're having the regions. Inside the regions, you're having the availability zone. Inside the availability zone, you're having the data centers. Okay.
Data center.
Yeah. No need to get confused about it. How exactly you can understand the availability zone having the availability set? Very simple. So availability zone is one data center. Within a data center, you having the two racks. Okay. And racks you are doing some configuration. Okay. That configuration comes under the availability set only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we can discuss about the resource group. What do you mean by resource group? So actually, you are supposed to have the subscription for using anything. So this is nothing but the subscription you are going to see in a future. But subscription is going to be available inside the management group only. Okay. So I'm saying there is a one developers or there is a tester. So there are managers, right? So we having one management group. Inside the management group only, you are going to have the subscriptions. So in management group is going to be maintained at account level. In the account level, you will have this subscription maybe belong from the developer. Subscription maybe belong from the testers, right? So in the development subscription, if you see, you can have the resource group. So no need to get confused between management group and resource group. Resource group is nothing but the you are going to club together some particular stuff like virtual machine or the network activities or maybe the route tables. Those things comes to the resource group. We are keeping resource together. Okay. So if this DB is available inside this resource group, the same DB cannot be available in this resource group also. No. So one particular resource will belong from one particular resource group only. You're not supposed to have the same DB, right? You can have different DB, which can be the part of the availability, it can be the part of resource group, but these both means your single DB cannot belong from both resource group, right? So you cannot be belong from the IT department also or HR department also, that is for sure, right? You may belong from the IT department or you may belong from the HR department. Got the visibility about it? Yeah.
Yes.
So you cannot be from the both departments. That's the same kind of thing we are just talking about. So this is the one kind of you can understand. I just told you the understanding, like you have the internet subscription, then only you are able to use it. So maybe two different kind of subscriptions are there. One subscription for developer, one subscription for tester. Okay,
Yeah.
so developer subscription have couple of resources. Couple of resources belong from couple of resource groups. Okay,
Yeah.
so this group nothing but the you are just clubbing all the source together and trying to use them all. Okay, so
Yeah.
those everything comes under the source. Even DB servers comes under the source, or what to say, the virtual machine comes under the source. Networking kind of stuff like route tables or internet gateways or virtual private gateways, all those comes under the source only. Okay, the sources only. Okay,
Yeah.
and you cannot have any source without subscription. Each and every source is going to be used from the subscription only, right? Whatever you are
Yeah.
using with your internet or Netflix or whatever, but everything is going to be charged based on the subscription only, right? You may
Yes.
have, suppose your capacity of 400 GB or 500 GB per month has been exhausted. You have
Yeah.
used 500 GB, so you would like to have more internet, right? So in that case, what
Yeah.
you are going to do, you are simply going to do the top up, sorry, right? So the
Yeah.
same kind of thing you need to observe for the subscription purpose also. So if you would like to have more virtual machines, you are supposed to contact to the Microsoft, and Microsoft is going to, actually you have purchased the reserved instances. So you get some fixed number of instances. Okay,
Yeah.
those particular fixed number of instances may be right now not available with you. So you will contact with the Microsoft and try to have the more number of resources for you to utilize for your project purpose. So that kind of concept also I'm going to clear you once we will in that level. Okay. So I hope
Okay.
to this point of time you got the visibility. Let's proceed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Azure Resource Manager. So it is kind of, you may heard about a template, ARM template actually. Okay, you may heard about,
ARM.
yeah, you may heard
I
about,
think I heard, I guess.
yeah. So ARM template also you may heard about it. So this is nothing but the kind of template we are going to see. So Azure Resource Manager. Okay, so if you see here, very simple. You having the Azure portal. Once you are logging to the Azure, that is nothing but the Azure portal, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you one thing here. So if I'm clicking here, okay. So this is actually AWS, not the Azure. This just for visibility purpose, I'm just showing you something. So let me log into my account. So whenever you're logging to any of the cloud provider, that is nothing
Mm.
but this is the portal actually. So this is
Okay.
the AWS portal, the same kind of thing. You will have the Azure portal. Why I'm not able to show you the Azure portal? Because I told you Azure is providing the free subscription only for 1 month. Okay.
Yeah.
And after 1 month, your everything is going to be expired. But in case of Amazon, you are going to get for 1 year. So I started my account in October, and next October till next October, I'm able to use it actually. Okay, that's why I'm able to show you right now. So it's a free tier, so that's why. Okay. So
Okay.
this is nothing but the whenever you're logging, it's a portal, your portal. Even you having the CLI facility. CLI like you having the command prompt kind of stuff. So you can do the changes from the CLI, like you're connecting through the putty, right? Same kind of
Yeah.
thing having the Azure CLI and Azure SDK, Software Development Kit. So like you having the software setup, with the help of that also you can do the software setup for means development things, right? So that
Okay.
kind of combination of like Azure portal or the Azure CLI or Azure SDK comes under the management experiences, right? Means like Azure sources you can observe as of now. Okay. Now, if I
Okay.
talk about the Azure Source Manager, means you have the RBAC, responsibility based access control. RBAC full form is responsibility based access control. I will
System.
tell you about it. So the combination of those resources comes under the Azure Resource Manager actually. So
Okay.
identity, RBAC, policy, indexes, groups, and etc. Those all things comes under the resource
Azure.
manager. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, resource manager. So I was talking about like under the resource manager only, you're going to have the subscription actually, yeah. So you can say management groups are there we having, right? So we will
Yeah.
talk about it. So we like Azure data and yeah, container registry or Azure Arc, all these things I'm going to tell you. As of now, you can understand like the basic thing, very basic thing. Like I'm talking about the data centers or basic thing that container Kubernetes is nothing but the your containers. Okay,
Continue.
servers also kind of containers. So that kind of visibility you're going to get at later point of time. And some more things like how exactly things are. So it's all about the locations, customer locations, how exactly customer would like to use the things. So as of now, no need to worry about this diagram. This diagram will be much more visible once you will proceed ahead. It's just talking about the basic services of the Azure. Okay. So we have some native app tools also there, which is going to help you out for the cluster provisioning, okay, or cluster upgrades and the patching management, or cluster lifecycle management and cluster monitoring. So tools are there which are going to help you. So native tools means those are specific to the Azure only. Okay, those are not the standard tools across the cloud. So even nowadays, clouds are being having all the tools which are specific to the cloud only, right? So Kubernetes is nothing but the Azure Kubernetes they are going to maintain, not the original Kubernetes, right? Nowadays,
Okay.
DevOps is much more famous with the cloud, like
Yeah.
AWS Kubernetes or Azure Kubernetes, like this kind of stuff. So they are trying to maintain every product within their cloud only, right? So you're not
Oh,
supposed to go outside of the cloud. They have different fields. So those are the questions which are available as part of your second section, not the second session. Actually, this is the part of your what to say understanding about the availability zone, availability set, or regional pairs. All those things are the basic questions. So that we are going to discuss tomorrow.